welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nats and I hope everyone is happy, healthy and doing okay. Alright, so in today's video, I won't even bore you with a long intro. In today's video, I am breaking down the cost of living in Japan based on my salary and how my bills are and what I spend in a month. That is what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. So many of you are subscribed to my channel because you're interested in coming to Japan and all of those things. So of course, as usual, it is my duty to like give you all the tea, tell you everything that you need to know. And the cost of living, you know, I'm always on Instagram about you know, how you can save. As a matter of fact, I have put videos out here on my channel about like, can you really save in Japan and all of that. So it is only fair that I do like a cost of living kind of video in Japan, so you have an idea of just how much things can cost when you come here, assuming that you're coming here in the ALT job, of course, because that is the job that I am doing. So if you want to know the cost of living in Japan, at least based on my salary and how I spend, then keep on watching. But before we head into the video, we definitely have to do our Magnificent Fam shout out, so let me get my box real quick. Okay guys, I have my box right here, so let's shake it up and choose somebody new today. This week's Magnificent Fam shout out goes to Danica Christie. Big up yourself, Danica. Thank you for watching and commenting. Her comment on one of my videos was that's a reasonable amount of grocery for 25,000 yen. Here, I don't get that amount of stuff for that amount of money. Please visit a clothes store. Want to see their fashion. Alright, Danica, thank you so much for commenting on my video. Big up yourself. And there is a Japanese fashion clothing haul that I will link for you right up here at the top of your screen. So please check that one out. Okay guys, back to the video. Alright you guys, so I have two of my payslips here for June and July of this year. But what I want you to note carefully in these videos and these examples that I'll be giving you is that for the past 3 months, our salary, our budget, our income has not been what it would have been over the next few months, simply because, as you know, we just moved into a new apartment, and with being in a new apartment, Japan has ridiculous costs for moving into an apartment, so we are actually paying key money. Last month, July, was the last month of paying key money. August's payslip will be more of a, you know, casual kind of deduction. However, for the past 3 months, we have been paying key money, and so that kind of deduction will obviously affect the net salary that I bring to you guys. But I'll try to do as much math as I can throughout this video. Alright, so first off, let's talk about gross salary. Now, I have not really like dove into or, you know, tell you guys just how much money I make here in Japan, but I've always given you the range. So the range for LT jobs is between 210,000 yen to 250,000 yen, and that seems to be right across the board. So if you are fresh and you're just coming into Japan, chances are you're going to be starting at the lower end of the scale, which is 210,000 yen. Some companies, if they feel like it, they will start you at 215, but the norm is 210. I started at 210, just to make that clear. But as you live and you work with the same company over the years, based on their discretion at the end of each contract year, they can increase their salary or not. It is not a must, so do not expect it. My company does give us an increase every single year we sign a new contract, because I guess we are just showing loyalty to the company and they just want to compensate us for that. So right now, my gross salary is 225,000 yen. I started at 210, but now I am earning 225,000 yen. And that is inclusive also of transportation reimbursement. So my company does give us back our money that we pay for transportation every single month, and that is very good. So we don't have to worry about that. But however, let us just compare my 2 months grocery my 2 months paycheck. So as I said, my gross salary, and this is before any taxes and all of that stuff, is 225,000 yen. Now, before I even get my paycheck, guys, before I even see any money in my bank account, there are certain deductions that come out of my my paycheck, right? And I think that is helpful because at least I don't have to take up 98 or 100 and something $1,000 and just be paying bills, because trust me, that can give you a heart attack even when you know that you have to pay all of these stuff. So the deductions that comes out of my paycheck on a monthly basis are: one, employee or employment insurance, and that is usually less than 1,000 yen, so it's very cheap. It is not a problem. All right, and employee insurance is really, it comes in really handy for times when you find yourself out of a job. That is what I like to think that you're paying this money for, because in Japan they do have something called unemployment insurance, where you can get money every single month while being unemployed because you have been paying or contributing to the employment insurance fund of the whole government here. If any person in Japan that is more experienced than me and so on, and you have more information on this, or if I am not clarifying things correctly, please comment them down below so that I can pin the comments for other persons to see. Okay guys, I also pay income tax, and income tax, every single country pays income tax. My income tax for the past 2 months have been 5,660 yen. 5,660 yen. So kind of expensive if you'd ask me, but at the same time, I've said many times that Japan is the first country that I've worked in, because I left college and I did not get a job for 8 months in Jamaica, and then I came to Japan. So Japan is where I really started working and paying taxes and all of the adult stuff, so everything seems expensive to me. But if any one of you are working in Jamaica and the income tax is like way less than this or way more than this, of course I would love to know, so leave that in the comment box below. I also pay residence tax, guys, and over the 2 months that I'm now referring to, the residence tax has changed big time. Like, it has made a big ass jump, you would not even believe it. So in June, my residence tax was 700 yen, so less than 1,000 yen. But in July, my residence tax jumped to 7,800 yen. And you'd say, Nate, but why? And to be honest, I was a little confused, because even when we were talking in our Jamaicans living in Japan Facebook group, and I was saying I actually pay 700 yen for residence tax, all of them were like, girl, I don't know what 700 yen is, but it is definitely not residence tax. And I'm saying it's under residence tax tab on my payslip, so it is residence tax. But what I did not understand, and this is something that I think you guys should know, and that is, your first year in Japan, you do not pay much taxes. So your first year in Japan is where you kind of really escape with all of the extensive like tax deductions and so on. So your residence tax is not much, your health insurance and all of those stuff may not be much, because it's your first year, and usually taxes are deducted based, or taxes are calculated based on your previous year's salary in Japan. And if you're a newbie coming into Japan, obviously you have not been getting paid in Japan last year, so you know your taxes are a bit low. Alright guys, I am asking you to pause the video right here and read this clip, because I think this is very, very important information that you need to know. So that is where the 700 yen came in. But then now, once the system realized that, hey, she's been here 2.5 years, time to amp up that money. So now my residence tax actually every month, every single month, is 7,800 yen. And guys, these are taxes that both Adam and I pay. So what I am telling you is just my taxes. Adam has the same taxes, maybe the same amount, or a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on, you know, what his pay slip looks like. However, that is what my residence tax looks like now. I don't even know if you pay a residence tax in Jamaica. If you do, tell me down in the comments, guys. And my rent for this apartment, I have not yet done the apartment tour for you guys, so you guys don't know how big this apartment is, but it is very big. It's a 3-bedroom apartment, and it has many things. I'll do the apartment tour soon and you'll get to see. But the rent for this apartment is 75,000 yen. Yeah, that's a lot of money compared to what apartments or houses cost in Jamaica. So right then and then, that like just the rent alone coming out of my 225,000 gross salary, guys, you can see how much my salary has decreased just by the rent alone. You understand what I'm saying? And then apart from that, we're still on regular schmegular deductions here. I have to pay apartment management fee. Now, apartment management fee, even though it is kind of, you know, like we don't like paying it, but it is good because apartment management fee covers like bicycle parking, the maintenance of the whole apartment building, security, if something is wrong with your lighting, if something is wrong with your plumbing and all those stuff, you can always contact building management. And because they pay apartment management fee, they do it free of cost, and that is it. So it is very handy. It's a very good payment, but I mean, nobody likes paying money right? So that is that, and those are what I'd say the key deductions out of my I cannot speak out of my pay. Of course, I have to pay bank transaction because the company has to pay the bank in order for the money to be transferred to my account. Always about 600 yen, so not a big deal. And guys, the whopping deductions for the past 3 months that I have been experiencing or paying is key money. Now, I have spoken about key money in this video right here, the we are moving vlog, when I broke down like all of the transactions, all the payments and stuff that Japan generally costs for us to move. And this apartment, the key money in total was 370 something thousand yen. That is a lot, and I do not recommend you to move in Japan once you have settled here unless you have some good money. I don't recommend it. And I'll get to that in another video if I have time. At the end of this video, I'll explain why. However, we obviously could not afford 370 odd thousand yen upfront for this apartment, so our company put that money up front for us to get the apartment. But what we have to do is we have to repay our company, and we can either pay them for the entire year where they will divide the 370 into 12 months, and we would pay that for the entire year, or we could just opt to pay a big lump sum every single month until it is finished. So for Adam and I, we decided that we are going to pay off the 375,000 yen in 3 months, which means we are going to have a big hefty payment for 3 months once we move here. And that big lump sum was 112,500 yen. Guys, that is like all of my salary now. All right, like I have to pay all of this, and then I have to still pay 112,500 yen because we have to pay for the apartment, right? So at the end of that, I only had 29,675 net salary. That is what I had for myself at the end. And there are 2 deductions that will usually come out of my pay slip before I get it that I did not pay, and that is health insurance and pension. And before we moved here, those 2 deductions were taken from my salary before I got it, just like the rent and everything else. But in this new city, they are under total different kind of insurance and pension, so we actually have to pay manually, and so it is not deducted, but we still have to pay. And those deductions for Adam and I is 38,000 something. Is that for like health insurance and pension in one? No, it has nothing to do with pension because we applied for exemption, which I really think we are not going to get. But health insurance alone for both of us is like 38,000 and some change, like close to 40,000 yen for both of us, health insurance. And guys, that is a whole lot of money. Like when it was coming out of my salary, it was no big deal because at least I know it was paid for, and whatever I see on my paycheck is what I have to spend and do other things. No, we actually have to take out 40,000 yen to pay health insurance every single month, and that is kind of draining on my mind because I'm like, oh my god, $40,000 on bills. But you know what, it's Japan, and you cannot get away from paying health insurance no matter how you think you can, unless you want to go into the doctor and pay full money. So what happens is with health insurance in Japan, when you go to the doctor, you get your prescription, all of that stuff, you only pay 30% of the cost. So the government, Japan itself, they pay 70%. So I think that is kind of helpful. I mean, at least you're not having to pay, you know, the full 100% of whatever your doctor's bill or prescriptions come up to. So that is helpful. So that is not on a deduction on my payslip, because no, as I said, we have to pay it manually, but that is a deduction. So guys, in June, my net salary, after all the deductions that I have to pay, this has nothing to do with grocery, this has nothing to do with my light bill, water bill, and all of that, just taxes that I have to pay, plus the key money that I had to pay for this money. It's really we, but we're discussing my paycheck, so you hear me saying I a lot. My net salary for June was 22,947 yen, and my net salary for July was 29,675 yen. Like, oh my god, saying yen is so confusing. So yeah, so can you imagine if it was only me living and I'm in this apartment and I'm paying all of these bills? Out of my 225,000 yen that I get for gross salary, after all the deductions that I have to pay, I only received like 30,000 yen out of that, because as I said, I don't even want to show the entire payslip on the camera, but the total deductions came up to 205,325 in July. And in June, the total deductions, and these are deductions that I have to pay, guys, it has nothing to do with groceries and all of that stuff, came up to 203,000 yen. This is out of 225,000 yen. So you can see how, if we did not have a second income inside of this house, just how much a girl would be suffering. Can you see? Let me just give you a moment to take that in, because this is a lot. And these are some of the things that I think that you guys have to know. Like, you have to know. Alright, so yeah. 30,000 yen is what I now had in June and July to basically get groceries, pay my light bill, pay my water bill, pay all of the stuff that I have to do, send the money back home if I need to send money back home, and all of that, plus pay my transportation fare to go to work. Now, as I said, my company does give us back the money that we spend on transportation every single month, but every single month that they give us back, we basically use that, what they gave us, to pay again for the other month. So you can see where it becomes crazy if it's you alone and you're paying a ridiculous amount of key money. Now, moving away from the key money though, if I was not paying key money, and the key money comes out of my paycheck, just in case anybody is curious, it comes out of my paycheck because initially, before Adam moved in, when I was living in, like guys, it's a whole story. Like, this is the third time we're moving in Japan. So when I got this job with this company, Adam was not living with me yet. I was alone in Miyagi Prefecture, and then Adam joined me in that apartment. So the company has my name and my bank account and all of the deductions for rent basically on my account. So when Adam joined me, it did not really matter. They just continued to withdraw rent from my salary. Same as now, we moved, they just take the rent and whatever it has to do with housing costs from my salary. But it's not a problem because we always have his income to supplement whatever is taken from my account, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, apart from the key money though, guys, what you would see is that the 30 or the 29,000 that I said I had gross, we're going to round it up to 30,000, even though that is not logical right now. But the 30,000 yen that I would have gross after paying the key money and all of that, if we weren't paying key money, then I would have that 112,000 yen plus the 30,000 yen that I now have, which would mean I would now have, let's just do some calculations, 112,500 plus, let me see, from July, 29,675. I would have a total of 142,000 yen, $175. It's hard to say. It just seems as if I'm talking foolishness when I have to say yen. Anyway, guys, if we weren't paying key money, obviously I would have more net salary. I would have 142,000 yen and some change. So that is now what my regular salary will now look like after August, or starting August, because July's payment was where we finally, hallelujah, stopped paying key money. So now my salary will be back to normal, and I will actually be getting what I'll be getting for the remainder of this year, which is 142,175 net salary. Now this is where I say coming to Japan, even though Japan has its issues, is a good thing, because in Jamaica, as I said, I never worked in Jamaica, but I was a teacher in training in Jamaica, so I know the field that I was getting myself into. And I know that the gross salary in Jamaica, that is before any that is before any payments at all was deducted, was about 130 or to 150,000 Jamaican dollars. That is gross salary for teachers in Jamaica. Now from that, the Jamaican teacher will have to do and pay all of what they have to do and pay. You get what I mean? So in Japan, what I'm getting for my net salary, like after major deductions, would be what I would be getting in Jamaica as my gross salary. And that is why I say coming to Japan is better than staying in Jamaica, despite all the issues that I have in living here in Japan. Because at least you get 200 and something thousand yen, yes, but you get a net salary where you just have to focus on like your groceries and your utilities and your loans that you have to pay off with your gross salary that would have been in Jamaica. I hope I am making sense here. I hope. But let me just recap. In Jamaica, your gross salary before any payment, any deductions at all, your gross salary would be about 150,000 Jamaican dollars. I'm just going to put it at the max. All right, 150,000. But out of that $150,000, you have to pay health insurance, you have to pay a pension, you have to pay NHT, you have to pay the grocery bill, you have to pay all of these deductions, same deductions that I'm telling you that have, you know, come out of my paycheck before I even see it. You would have to be paying all of this out of 150,000 Jamaican dollars. However, in Japan, 150,000 yen, which if you do the whole conversion thing, it is more than that. My battery is dying. It is more than that. Let me just switch my battery real fast. Alright guys, I am back. So as I was saying, in Jamaica with 150,000 Jamaican dollars, that is your gross salary, and you'd have to pay every single tax and every single bill that you have out of that 150,000 Jamaican dollars. But in Japan, you get $150,000 thereabout after you have paid all the ridiculous taxes in Japan. Your rent, your health insurance, your pension, all of that stuff is withdrawn from your pay before you actually get a net salary of $150,000. So that alone in itself tells you that it makes a lot of sense to come to Japan and work, even though Japan has so many problems that so many people are not talking about, but I won't get into that in this video. But that is what I'm saying. It makes sense coming to Japan, because at least you have for a net salary what you would have as gross salary in Jamaica, and that is so much better. As for me and Adam, as I said, starting this month, August, I'll be getting about 145,000 net salary, and of course Adam is getting the same pay as I do because we work the same job and we are a team. So if they give me an increase, they automatically give him an increase because we live together and all of that stuff. The company is very considerate, I will say that, and so on. So Adam will only pay his taxes from his salary. So Adam pays health insurance, pension, employee insurance, income tax. The only thing that Adam does not pay right now is rent, because the rent already comes out of my salary. So that is $75,000 that he does not have to pay. So when you think about that. When you take his deductions out, Adam is making maybe about 170,000 or 180,000 yen net salary. So when you add that 180,000 yen to my salary, my net salary, which is about 145,000 yen, you can see the amount of money that we have for ourselves to just pay the groceries, pay the utilities, and save. You get what I mean? And that makes sense because it is both of us. However, if it is you alone, which majority of you will be coming here by yourself, you have to look at it as 145,000 yen is what you will have to pay your grocery bill, to pay your utility bills, to send money back home to pay for your student loan or your loan at courts or your loan wherever, and save out of that. Now, when I say you have to pay your loan plus save, guys, I really do look at it as separately, because if you're coming to Japan and you have two loans to pay, say your student loan and some other loan, I do not see that as saving. You're coming to Japan to pay off your debt, which is your loans, but you're also coming to Japan to save. And that is what I meant in my other video about can you really save in Japan, that saving and paying off your loans is achievable in Japan, but you cannot do both of them at once, and you cannot do both of them in 1 year. You cannot save to pay for your loans and your student loans and your other loans in Japan, as well as save for whatever future you are trying to build. It is not possible with just the 145,000 yen that you'll be making as a net salary in Japan, because you'll be left stranded, honey. Like, you'll have no life, you'll be suffering, and that in itself will cause depression. So even though you have all of the goals and you want to save the money so you can have the 10% down payment on the house when you go back home, so you and your mother can live in, have a nice house to live in and all of that, it is just not possible to save as well as pay off your debts while in Japan if you're only one person living here. For me and Adam, it would probably be easier if we had a loan paying back in Jamaica, simply because we just have double the money. You understand? We just have double the money, and I thank God that that is our situation. I thank the Lord, because it is not so for many persons, and because of that, many persons think they're coming here for 1 year or 2 years, but when the reality hits, they have to stay here for 3 and 4 and 5 years, because that is just the amount of time it takes for you to navigate spending and saving out of the 145,000 yen that you have net salary here. You get what I mean? So that is very important. So guys, so unfortunately, when I was editing this video, the clips were like an hour long, so I have to cut this video in half for you. So this is where I'm going to end the part 1 of this video. I do hope that this brought some insight to you. I hope that you now understand just how the money can work. Please remember that my cost of living may not be your cost of living, especially the key money, which I will get into in part 2 of this video. So stay tuned. Next week you'll be getting part 2. I do hope you enjoy. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. Until next week, bye guys.
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.